So we ran into one little problem here when canning. This seal here is not good anymore. It's lasted us several years, but we need to get this thing replaced. And we got to get these beans dealt with here. So I think the plan is we'll end up running into town here real quick and picking up another pressure canner, and then we'll get online and order a new seal for this one. So we'll have a backup pressure canner. And we'll also make sure we get a couple extra seals here. This is a pretty old one. This is actually the one that used to can my wife's food as a kid. So you might be asking yourself, why don't we just blanch and freeze them? But we already got 60 bags set aside, so 1 bag of beans per week, and there's some pretty large ones in there as well to hopefully carry us through Thanksgiving. We also like to diversify a little bit too. So I personally prefer canned beans. I just like the taste better and the texture of them better. What about you?
I like the ones from the freezer. I'm not on sale anymore. Are they on sale last time?
I want to get a seal for it. Is this the right seal?
Cool.
781. 781. So a little bit of an unplanned trip here. I wasn't expecting this video to end up being this sort of a vlog style type video. We've been getting a lot of stuff out of the garden here. Our sugar snap peas have been coming out like crazy. Broccoli, cucumbers. So we've been making a lot of refrigerated pickles right now, which we're going to start switching over to more of the pressure can pickles here, and then of course beans. A lot of times what we do is our first round of stuff, because everything seems to just start really coming on strong, and one of the big key things is really getting your stuff preserved. I think that's like the hardest part of actually running a decent sized garden and trying to set aside food, is a lot of just the preserving side of stuff. So a lot of times the first thing we do is we blanch our first round of kind of harvest and stuff, and we've done that, you know, with pickles and all that stuff, and then we go back and can. Well, unfortunately our canners sort of failed us. In order to get our older style canner gasket, we'd probably have to order it online, which is going to put us back a couple of days, and we want to get these all done and dealt with. We've also been doing a little bit of dehydrating. I do want to try doing a little bit of dehydrating of these, or what they make like green bean chips kind of out of them, or chips, or I don't know what you call them. That's one thing I kind of want to try a little bit of. We got dill starting to come out our ears. We made a lot of pickles. This year we planted a lot of dill, but the problem that we had last year is we just didn't get much, so we ended up overplanting it this year, which is not a bad thing. So I think this Sunday we're going to potentially go down to the farmers market and take a bunch of that with, maybe take a look at some of the other stands, see what it's going for. Maybe we'll try to sell some. We generally don't sell many of our items that we grow out of our garden. Or we might try to barter for something. You know, there's like certain foods like potatoes and corn, and there's certain foods like that that tend to be more of a staple in our diet. And it's always nice to have a lot of extra of that. We did make it this last year with our potatoes getting us all the way through here, but you know, we could do a whole lot more with them, fries. Or, we're gonna try canning some of them this year. A lot of times we just pick them and keep them down in a nice dry, dark place. But anyways, the video wasn't planned to be this. I was gonna kind of talk about some of our canning processes and some of the other stuff that was going on coming out of our garden here. But it looks like the a little real life adventure happened here where we had to make a quick adjustment here for our canner. The canner we got, you know, we always try to get the biggest canner we can because a lot of time, you know, like green beans, what is it, 20 minutes or something for each round? 30 minutes. So, you know, if you have to do multiple batches, you know, time adds up. I think we were figuring it would be almost 4 hours of canning. So realistically, it probably won't happen tonight, or maybe a little bit will happen tonight, and then the rest will get finished off tomorrow. So, and you know, if we would have been smarter and would have planned for us a little bit earlier, I guess, we probably would have got a different canner. We read up a lot about on these like all-American canners. I think they're only available online, but it just seemed like a better fit. There's no gasket to go wrong. They just seem like a little bit of a higher quality canner, and since we use her so often, it would have been worth to spend a little extra money in getting something like that. But that's what it is. I'll have to adjust, and maybe several years down the road we'll make that investment in a nicer canner. But for right now, we'll stick with this and go from there. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.